Evening guys, how are we doing? I've just literally had to restart TS. It wasn't playing ball, unfortunately. It just literally crashed, so it's just loading back up. Hope we're doing well. We'll be back into that in literally a moment. We're going to be doing some Nottingham and Lincoln extension building. We are closing in on Lincoln City now, which is really good. It's nice to finally actually see the city and actually see the scenery from the city as well. Obviously they're getting closer and closer, so hopefully it won't be much longer at all now, really, in terms of getting that stuff in there and actually starting to build that area up. We'll show you the new stuff. We'll show you some new bits and pieces as well, some stuff you've not seen yet. There's some new custom assets as well. But yeah, for the next hour or two, we will get on with it and just continue building the area up as well. So I hope you're all doing well. Cheers for joining. Let me just move my stream window to the other side. Who have we got in? Nigel, 6446, good evening. Josh, good evening as well. East Midlands Railway fan, good evening. Can't wait for this route. Glad to hear it. East Midlands Railway fan is there as well. So on YouTube and Twitch, both there. Good evening. Hot to Hornby, good evening. Can't wait for it either. Excellent. Good to hear. I'm glad to hear there's people excited for the route. We're excited to get it out there as well. Not long now. Still bits to do, like quite a bit in terms of go, but we are ploughing through it. GJ Dobsy, good evening. Matthew 5774, good evening. And also Darren Carey, thank you very much for the like on Facebook. And Nigel Penn also as well on Facebook just 5 minutes ago. Good evening, guys. Right, something that I've actually forgotten to do for the last God knows how many streams I'll be root building is actually put music on. I have remembered to actually do this. So I've got that on. Cost 43, good evening and good mate. How are you? It won't be long. It'll take long to load. It's been on holiday, so it literally just loads right back in. Excellent, good to hear. Alright, let me just make sure I've got everything. I don't need anything open. I don't need that open, I do actually. Actually, no, I do need all the stuff open I've got. Same for you, Josh. You're working on route. Brilliant. Have I shown you semaphores yet? Have you guys seen the semaphores? Good evening. Good evening, Kev. We'll make some really nice semaphores. Just ignore the yellow text, and that will go once you reloading. Some really cool detail on this semaphore. All the arms move as well. All the wheels move too. So all that moves when the semaphore goes. There's still sounds to come on them, so they will have the little clunk noise once they're done. There's another one there. There's some more over here. I'm not sure if they're all in yet. I know there's a couple. Some over here as well. Ah, yeah, they are rolling. You know, the short ones and tall ones. Ah, he's done them with the cage. I've not seen the cage actually. There we go. One with the cage as well. That's literally the only semaphores that are on the route now. This route used to be full of semaphores as well. Yeah, you get these. There's only a couple of models. There's not loads of semaphores. Don't expect tons in the common library. There's literally like 2 models. There's 0 track tall and 0 track short, and then there's 1 track ones as well. There's a mixture, but there's literally just that. That is all you get for semaphores, unfortunately these days. Craig boy, good evening. Updated ILS signals. There is some updated ILS. Yeah, there is some updates to them. There's some tweaks to some of our signals. We've fixed the distant glow, so you couldn't actually see him for more than 0.3 of a meter, 0.3 of a mile. So they sort of disappeared. They were hard to see. Will's fixed that. So that's another thing that's now fixed. What's this you see? Hang on, I'll let it load in. There's not many now, Jake. No, there's not at all. And good evening as well there. Who else have we got? Let's just join in with us there. Trading, good evening. Oi, 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 oi. How are we doing? Good to see you. Just to drop a little hint, you're building a rail line Chester to Liverpool. Nice. Evening, Willow. Bit of a Juna Beats this evening. So we've got an update here. It's not finished. It's not finished, but I thought I'd just show you Newark Castle Station and how it's looking up to now. So there's still some stuff to do. We've got the semaphore, the signal box to come. There's a building I think that's going to come in here as well. I think it's a nursery, if I'm aware. There's actually a nursery sort of like nestled in here. Obviously lamps and signs and all that sort of jazz still to come yet. But that is your Newark Castle so far as it stands. Really, really nice ornate building as well. It's quite an old style. It's really cool. But yeah, there's still some stuff to come with that, so it's not finalised. Started doing some of the scenery around here, building it up. Yeah, Lincoln as well. I mean, Lincoln as well. It's the same sort of style. I'm not sure about if it still runs Newark Castle one. Again, I didn't go to the research strip for Newark Castle, so I'm not overly sure on that one. It might control the level crossing. I'm not too sure. We got a new footbridge as well, didn't we? Hang on. There's a new footbridge. So that's now in. Scenery around the area isn't in, no, but please note that hasn't started yet. I'm building my way up. As you can see, that's how far away it is. All rust marks and stuff on that as well. It's really cool. I think we did show Lincoln, to be quite fair, last week. I think. I can't quite remember. All these weeks mash into one. Signals into the cages, there's a couple of tweaks still to be done with the gantry, and they need to be made a little bit taller, because currently they're a little bit low, so the trains are sort of quite close to them. So once they get the tweaks, they'll go into the cage. So yeah, you've seen all this bit already, literally. This hasn't changed since last week. And all that's changed is obviously I've put some of the little streams in there. This is all work in progress. Benedict started working on this one this afternoon, very late on in the day. So this is a small bridge that goes over the sort of like little stream, little dike thing. So we did the stream last week, and we were working. Just give it a second loading. We were working around here, weren't we? I can't quite remember where we were, but we were somewhere around in the in this region doing stuff. So this has all been done since last stream. More little bits and pieces have come in. The incinerator, which is very, very odd. It's a very strange looking thing. It's a huge thing. Cheers, Larry. So station will come in due course. Trying to get a load of assets sort of like whittled down with Benedict and stuff at the moment. So once we've got a good number of those probably down, we'll get onto Hike and get that in as well. Moving forward. So yeah, we worked around. This is Doddington level crossing. So this is where we were last week. So I think we finished on this side, sort of looking back that way. So there's quite a lot going on over here. More houses, more industrial stuff. Sort of closed in the custom assets as well. So the Matalan and the Sainsbury's around here. Still a little bit detailed. I need to put a few cars in car park really. It's a little bit bare. I haven't terrain painted this section yet. I will do it. I think once I've probably covered this section up to the bridge and stuff over here, I might terrain paint that tomorrow. That might be my tomorrow morning job while I'm sort of waking up. So yeah, you've got this other building called Harmony Links. Harmony Link. I'm not sure if it's like an academy or a school. It's definitely some form of learning building. I think it's possibly could be a college. I'm not too sure. But that's another big one that came in yesterday, day before or yesterday. It's sort of last couple of days. It's just been finalised and approved. So it's sort of getting sort of like closed in now with all the buildings. So even though it's quite a big building, you don't really see much of it. Once everything goes in, it's pretty hidden, sadly. But you couldn't kit bash that really. Not what we've got. So Yeah, so this afternoon I sort of put all the housing here, prepared the area. It's a new football pitch, but it's attached to the asset. It's actually all one model, as you can see. Unfortunately, we may be able to get it split off into a separate asset. I'm not too sure. We do have the source files now from the developer that works with us in knitting. So he has made a substantial amount of stuff for this being one of them. So we may be able to split bits off. I'm not too sure how that'll work. I'd have to talk to Will maybe and see if there's anything that can be done with bits if we require them elsewhere. Right. Evening watch 5 minutes 8. Right, so first of all, what we're going to do is close the housing. So we're going to get a Google Maps. I'm going to get Google Maps open. I've got the overlay on. I need to see what type of fences there are. So luckily, we have 3D imagery all the way through now to Lincoln. So that is a big help. Best part of this. I think it's only one of the only parts other than Nottingham that has 3D. So I'll just get to the right position, which is there. So there's garden fencing literally around the back of there. So there's a field that goes around there, and that bit there. It's that's pretty simple, right? So I'll pull that and minimise that. Just close that off. Won't close it fully because otherwise I won't be able to see it. But yeah, this is pretty simple. So it's all fencing, palisade around the pub there. Right, fencing. So we'll do the garden fencing first. So we'll do a variety of these. So we'll sort of go so far, change them around, and change different ones. I use the desktop app only because on the web browser you don't get the full effect of the 3D. I use both, to be fair, because Street View on obviously the application you cannot go back in time, whereas on the web browser you can go back in time. So it's the best of both worlds, really. I use both. Pros and cons. Evening, Jack. How are we doing, mate? That's not lined up how I wanted it to, so I'm just going to twist that a little bit and move it over there. That's up in the air. I'm good, cheers, mate. Good to hear you're doing well. So that's that. So we'll go up here and get a section of that into probably about there, I'm going to say. And we'll just change the fence type. Just give it a variety rather than all being the same colour. Not everyone has the same colour fences, do they? So raise that a bit. So we're not going OTT. Again, we're following the same style of the housing, so it's sort of like single placement so far. It turns into asset block. There's no point in doing tons and tons of houses. I said this last time. You're just going to kill resources. So do as much as you need, and then when you get further back, asset block it. Easy. The housing blocks, if you will, and they mix in nicely. Sometimes they also work in quite nicely where the actual streets are. So I'm just gonna, I want to go to about there, not up there, but you get the gist. We'll just send that back down. And we will get this one here. It's going to go that way. So just send that there. Still floating, so we'll just send that down. She's right. And I'm not going to do fencing all inside here. There's no point. I'll just put some trees in there. I'm literally just going to do the fence on the outside border. End of the day, we ain't really going to see much of that, to be fair, but if you're going up in the air, but you're going to want to see something, so just put a few in. May see it a bit more on this side, to be quite honest. But it turns back into a bit of countryside here, so there's just some fields. I'm just going to put that down there, just so it closes them houses up. There'll be hedges as well, so I'm not too worried about that. As far as I'm aware, that one is there a little bit. Hang on, let me just lower that down. Because otherwise, it'll be a bit floaty. So gotta save. So this bit around here, I'll tidy all this up. We'll get some fences and stuff in around them houses over there as well. Hopefully we'll get all that built up as well. Get the trackside foliage in shortly. We'll go so far there because I think there's some walls and stuff, so we'll get them in. Right, I'll send that down this bit here. We're sort of moved on from Hydcombe now, so this is I think it's Bootham, something like that, and Bilton, because there's a junction here called Bilton Junction, which is that one there. So I think it's Bilton Moor or something like that. I think the area is. So Hydcombe was where the big incinerator is over there, the big thing. We're about a mile or so on from Hydcombe, really. Yeah? Little midgy flies. Burren, good evening. Right, let's get these in. I'm not going to do every single fence between each house to separate them up because of how far away it is, but I will separate the buildings at least. Oh yeah, the lights are on tonight. I was going to go green for JT, but the issue is I've got a green screen, so it just disappears. So we'll have cold blue. It's not every often, like every stream I put the lights on, but I felt like putting some lights on the scene and jazz it up a bit. Because why not? Yeah. Even spot in the southeast, how are we doing? Right, so what we'll do now is just double check that none of these are floating, which some of them are. However, I'm going to put them on to about there. I'm good, thank you. Good to be well. I am going to snap some of the train up because it's dipping down a bit anyway, so I'll do that in a second. Let's get these to where they need to be. Most of these seem to be actually alright, which is good. That's the beauty of a flat landed area. Most of it sits where it needs to. I don't have to faff about. If only Airwash Valley was this flat. Save my time. I'm gonna put the road in there in a second. I'm just gonna snap that first. There we go. Right, put the last of those fences in. We've got also good news now. All the scenarios are created for the route. Finally, we've got there. Which is good progression. I'm not going to tell you how many, but we have a good number. I've got to clone them all off and make them for the default ones yet as well. For obviously for people that use the default ones. So we do have a good variety in the mix for you guys. Right, that's that one. I need to put a palisade on the back of that in a sec. Right, palisade. We want the silver one for this bit. Just going to drop that down. I'll put that road in there as well, which I didn't do. There's a road in here as well. There we go. So it looks bare still at the minute, but it won't be for long. There's a few houses missing there actually. Once you start putting a few trees in it, it soon closes up, so it should transform in a few minutes. Right, I'm going to get my street view because I just want to double check what goes on the front. I think it's a hedge actually, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's a hedge. It doesn't actually go along the side of the road. I'm going to put some pavement in though. Just for this bit. Up to end the school. So it's 3.9 on the old offset there. We use pavement free, which works just nicely. That's one section, and just a last little bit here. I do need to go down the housing estate along the side of the track there with pavements, just because it's so close to the track. I like to add a bit more detail where possible. Like you can see in a second when it loads in. So you see what I've done with this bit here, because it's so close to the track. I've gone to the effort to put that little bit in. You don't get it everywhere, but when it's a bit more of a focal point, so you can get a nice screenshot down there. Doesn't take long to put in, so It tides up nicely as well when you put a pavement in. So, what we'll do, so you can see where the hedges go. I need to put the pavement in this bit as well. I'll just do them. I have to snap these, chop these off. Sorry, I have to split them because there'll be a little bit overhang. Not too much, but there is a little bit. It'll be a bit pain in the backside to get this to the right bit now. Chop that bit off. Don't need to be perfect because at the end of the day we ain't actually anywhere near the track as such, but I just want to add that little bit in. Especially with being around custom asset as well. Just keep it same sort of detail levels. There we go, that'll do. What we'll do is just put one up there. Just going to see what we've got. We may have something with bollards, maybe. School safety and all that. I don't actually know what we've got. I always use number 3. I have to have a look through all these because I can't remember what all the ones we've got. What was with grass on the back of them? We'll check through these. Number 2, that is. I know what number 3 is, which is the usual one I use. Slope back on that one. Yeah, let's go with something like that, I think. This might be number 7. This is a custom building next to us, yeah. That's what we want. I'm getting a bit because it's about crap road. I can't remember what number that was. Was it number 7? Of course it's not going to work after we do that. Quite cool, it looks like a roundhouse as well. Just the sort of look of it. It's not Morrison's, mate. It's a school. Morrison's got a football pitch now. Got a custom Sainsbury's somewhere. Idea of I can't remember where it is. It's there. God's sake, come on. Spoiler with this one, we've got a Waitrose as well on this route up in Newark. I'm going to put this around because it does actually go around the building. It's posh. You know it. You know it. Posh around here, innit? You worry me, Matt. All these fences on this side. It is, to be quite fair, I'll give you that. How far does this go? WMR Live, good evening, how are we doing? Tarmac loft, so the pavement, there's a path that goes through here. There's a little bit of hedging on this side in front of that fence as well, so it's quite an interesting one. Good evening. So that school's part of the federation you got into. Ah, interesting. Is it a college? Was it just a high school? Midget are doing my head in. Gizayan, I think I've got that right. Fingers crossed I have. Good evening, thank you for the like. There's an academy secondary school. You go to the one in Grantham. Ah, right, interesting. Cool. Oh, lucky. Right. There's no pavement on this side, but there's a pavement going down the back of that. But then it changes to a pavement. Oh, actually, no, hang on. Pavement goes to about here, changes on this side, and there's a fence that goes around the back of that road. Right, easy. He says, let's put the fence in first, because the fence goes down and goes down in a straight line there. So we can get that in first, we can work that everything else out after it. It's quite a new fence as well, so we're going to go with number 9, I think. I hope I've got the right one. It's guess the fence. He's got it, that's the one I wanted. Number 9. Put that there a minute. I'm going to put the pavement from about there, which comes down. Through them. If it's a save as well, just while we're at it. I'm bloody. I'm glad I saved it. I'm glad I saved it. It's just dumped. That was tempting of fate, weren't it? I hope it saved. I think it did. I did click it. Yeah, wrong one, mate. Fingers crossed. All day. We'll soon find out. I'm hoping. I know I have saved whilst I've been doing this, so I haven't lost everything, so... Good old chain sim. Right. Fingers are crossed. Is it still reinstalling for you, Whitemead? Have you just literally installed it and that's it? Right then. Memento of a truth. Scared. Oh, it didn't. Oh, it did. It saved. Woo! And I got the payment in as well. Hellfire. Lucky. Oh, it's going to be a pain, isn't it? Can't believe that saved. It saves them very quick in a dump situation. That was very marginal though. I think it dumped as I clicked save. Maybe because I was clicking the payments in too quick and I went to go and do a save, and it probably just like was a bit of a quick move, to be fair. Anyway, we're lucky. I'd have to redo all my work. Ah, fair enough. Just leave it. Usually, if you leave TS overnight, it installs quite quickly. So I need to split this a little bit. If there's going to be a gap there, I'll just terrain paint that. It's just one of them where you hope it doesn't corrupt your track files, but you usually should be alright. Just have lots of backups. So that fence sort of goes down there. It comes around here somewhere. Looking at the street view. Just going to split that. Like that. Do it in time. Just do it on the day of Lincoln's release. You'll be right, won't you? So there's some car parks down here. Right, back to the old street view. There's another car park here. Is that road floating? No, it's not. So there's a pavement that goes up to there. And there. I'm not going to touch anything while it's doing that because that'll tempt fate again. We don't want to do that. Just send that pavement down there. I'm going to give this a number 7 because it's got that sort of like patio sort of look, what patio, but like flags, and a bit of a wide one as well. Some trees in these sort of gaps here as well. I'm going to send one of these all the way down here, just so it matches in there, just like that. Just flatten that so it's same sort of height there, and that bit as well. There we go. Tidies up nicely. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get a bit of foliage down here. So there's grass on this, so we're just going to put some grass clumps in, and then we'll just sink them a little bit. So not that, that's the wrong cluster. I want the cluster of grass. There we go, that's the one. Just put these in here first, and we will just grab them, and we're just going to sink them a little bit, just so it's so like wild. If you put them in like that, it's just dead tall, so we'll put them back down to there. We'll put, not that, but that one there, just to close that in. On this side, we can go for the bigger ones, saves us a bit of time. So we'll just lob them two in, and we'll get a couple of clusters, and just do that bit there. And we'll just grab them and drop them down again, so it's a bit more like cut grass ish. Just doing a little stupid. Fair enough, it's in a big field, but it's not in a field, so there is some more hedges to put in around the pavements here, so we'll get them in as well in a minute. We'll get the grass in first. Get a long one in there. Yes, we can. We'll get a couple of them in, and hopefully a small one there. There we go. Plenty of long ones here again. Here we go. That'll do. I'm just going to tidy up with the hedges, which go to there, and then there's a brick wall to put in that side bit there as well. I'll make that 0.8, just bring it in a little bit. We'll get the hedge in. So what are you guys looking forward to most about the route? What aspect will you use the route for? Will it be freight, passenger, release? I like that one. Yeah, we'll take that. But what are you looking forward to the most about it? Other than release. You can't say release twice, you've used that answer. The CL, I like that, that's a good one. You want the CL, happy days. Buying it, I like that, that's a good answer. We love that answer at JT. The Thrash. I think we're ready for some trees. In a second there. Some pavements to put in down here first. We'll do that. I'll do all the pavements first before we start doing the trees. We'll get the last bits in. So this is a fun job. I don't mind doing pavements actually, to be fair, because it tidies everything up. Yeah, I'm with Jack there. I'm surprised you didn't say Lincoln, Whitey. But then again, release means Lincoln in there, I think, as well, doesn't it? Yeah, the level crossings at Lincoln are quite a lengthy one, aren't they? To wait for stuff. I don't think I could live in the area and travel through there. Waiting all the time. It annoy me quite a lot. Just sit in traffic. That'll be right. Yeah, they put the footbridge, aren't they? The hedgehog, they call it. Just gonna bring that in a little bit, just so it's not going through all the fence. Do. Cool, sat there. Why is that not selecting? There we go. I'll do the side streets in a second because they take a little bit more time. I'll have to move some of these houses up a little bit because the pavement may just sort of be going through them a little bit. I use a mixture. So I use JT roads on the main roads. I've only started doing this to quite fair recently. So I use the JT ones on here. Only ones over the tracks have the crossing with the traffic. Side streets I use these, rather than not having ones with lines on them. So a lot of side streets, like these little estates, don't usually have lines down them, so I've gone for this one. They don't spawn traffic or anything, so they do the job. And they look alright with pavements on as well, so I like to vary it a little bit. To be fair, it's the only road I'll use out the TSA lot because the other ones look all, I think they're all American ones with like yellow lines and stuff on them. But this one doesn't do too bad at all for like the house estate, so I can mix them up. So it loads. If you look above, you'll sort of see what I mean. Oh, don't you worry, there is new level crossings coming. Will's working on them. See up there? See what I mean? So you can see the difference between the road with the checkered lines, and then you've got bits where it has obviously this sort of like more side streets rather than the main roads. So I've sort of started doing that. But yeah, level crossings, Will is working on it. I have seen one working today. It even has some sounds as well. Still needs a little bit of work on them. There's a few refinement bits need doing, but it's Will's first level crossing, I think, as well. He's done quite a cool job on it. It's mega. So there is some different ones to come. Hoping, I think there's some concrete side ones as well. Concrete barrier beam, like the side where the arm's attached to. They're quite common on this line. Who's done a half barrier one today? Them ones weren't the right ones. No, we've managed to find some bits and pieces. So, but thank you though. I mean, we'll keep all of them because they may come in handy. Maybe one day, like down the line, for a specific area. It's weird. Like level crossings, all have different sounds for different like areas. I did have a look though. But yeah, the new ones aren't in the route or anything yet. They're still being worked on. So, any assets with people jumping over the barriers or bikes stuck in the middle? No. Gotta be sensible. Although there's many Easter eggs in this route. Not gonna lie, there's actually quite a lot of Easter eggs in this route already. I ain't gonna show them you because that just takes the fun out of the game of looking for them. But there is all sorts. Benedict's been quite funny with them. Horse box. I don't know. I don't know about the horse box. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I can ask. I might get told to and say like, no, it's not happening. Got to get all the main assets done first before looking at more assets. We have the core things that we need before we can worry about anything else. Combine harvester. No combines. Oh no. Didn't want that to happen. No. Try this. Like I say, we've got to get all our other bits first done. The main things we need. Take the harvester. Take it what we will. He's the man. Well, no, we've got quite a lot of assets still need making first before we look at anything extra. I'll save this in a second when it's loaded them back in. Just because we've done quite a lot of these. I don't fancy doing these again. There's one more here as well. It's a cul-de-sac, but there's no actual. It's just a parking area. I think there's a wall. This might be a little bit of a pain here in a second. I can see it sticking out of a bit of pavement because it's on a bit of an angle. I have to chop it back a bit. This is another custom asset as well. Hey Hals Maximus, good evening. Thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, this is the funeral home. Quite an interesting one. It's only 5 years old, this building apparently as well. It's quite an interesting little structure. It's got a clock on it as well. And the clock moves, it works. Co-op, I think it is. It's a co-op one. Good evening, how are we doing? It does. It works at the correct time in the game. Does it not in real life? Ooh, that's not gone quite right. How many days and hours to make a route? Oh God, lots. We've been working on this route now for a few months. Many hours go into it. A lot more hours than you think. I mean, I'm doing a lot more hours than I need to really. I'm just doing as much as I can just to get as much done as possible really now. Yeah, lots of hours go into it. It depends on how big the route is as well really. That determines how long needs to be spent on it. Whether it's 6 months, 9 months. I think Derby, Nottingham and Leicester was like 9 months. This one's not as much, I can assure that. Earwash was about 3 months. Well, it's hard to start off with, getting sort of like to grips with it all, but once you've done it, and you've done it for many years, it's pretty easy once you learn and know where what button does what and where everything is. You pick it up quite quickly, to be fair. It's like a bike, you never lose a skill. I used to be dead slow at building, but I've sort of got to a stage now where I'm quite quick at throwing it in. I've learnt new methods as I've got gone further into it and started doing more and more. Patience is another one. Yeah, you need the patience. These things don't happen overnight. You've got to have the time and that to sit there and actually build it. You can't expect to be done in a couple of days. It's just a case of learning what your assets are and where they are in the list, really. Once you know the things you're going to use all the time, you're actually quite quick. You can just get to them and just click them in. And you pick up your methods quite quick. You'll learn a style of how to build things, and once you've got that nailed down and how you want to do it, just work in sections. I always say work in a section at a time. So I work, if you look at this here, I'm working in sections. So I'm working from that level crossing to this bridge where this river is, so that's where I'm working to at the minute. So rather than going like I'm going to go over there all the way down there and then come back again, you lose. I find I lose more like interest in doing it that way. I find to work in small chunks, you have a target to work to, where you want to work to in that day. So this is like a day's work for me, like getting all this done, and if I get a bit more in, it's a bonus. It's just learning them sort of ways and sort of like it's a case of being strict with yourself as well and. Knowing where to stop. No point doing everything. Yeah, so I've got pictures, I've got YouTube, cab rides, I've got all sorts of reference imageries. Certain places, if we've been to the place, we've got photos of them from like specific trips out as well. So we have a lot of research to work with. Google Earth, Street View, they're all top helpers. Yeah, I'm going to put the detail in this level crossing. Get this in, and then we'll put the fence in around here. Can't be bothered to make a snow, let alone a route. Right. So the fence. Oh no, sorry, I need a gate first, and then a fence. Yeah, you need to have a sort of way of doing it where you don't go too far. If you go on forever and ever, you never stop. I used to do that, to be fair. I used to just continue and keep building stuff miles away, and I thought, why am I doing this? I'm doing too much. I don't need to do this because no one's going to see it. It's all nice having tons and tons of scenery there, but no one's going to see it, so there's no point wasting your time. Is that the fence one? Yeah, that's the one. That's about there, to be honest. Put the sign in there. No, terrain is not the fun part. Oh, thank you, Ali's. Nope, I've definitely been there. I've forgotten to save. I've lost many hours. I've even been very, very silly once and overwrote a load of work once. And I had to rebuild it all. I'm not going to lie, it was about a month's worth of work. I had a very, very small amount of time to put the work in. I got muddled up with some builds and made a bit of a mess of it all. Put that there for now. I'm not going to say. Yeah, it was. It's all there. It all came back. So, look, I knew what it was I needed to do. Just a silly mistake. I was very early into the job, and I just made a daft mistake. Absolutely thrashes this playlist. I love it. I love it. It proper gets you into the mood for building routes as well. No point having some mopey, soppy music. That just does not get you motivated. You've got to have something upbeat. And the older Junior Beats does that for me. We're going to Creamfield. We're going to take our PCs and do Creamfields and work. RA, let's go. That's actually more like this. A little garden here. So this detail is only a bit of detail going near the tracks. I ain't going to be doing this detail all up the route. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. There's some flowers down here as well. So we do streams weekly on a Tuesday. You will get odd little bits that do crop up like over time as well, different videos. But the main thing is the streams that come up. So you can, if you do miss a stream, you can always watch back as well. I've got flowers, garden flowers is what I want. There's more flowers than that. Daffodils, there's clusters. do. So I don't use Twitter. I think there is a JT Twitter. I'm sure there is. I don't use it. I've never grasped the hang of Twitter. Unfortunately, I know there is a Twitter page out there. Right, I need to just double check what this fence is doing here. Of course, I can't do street view down this road because it's too new. I'll have to go to the cab ride. Just bear with me a sec. To see what happens. Right. So, when the adverts end on YouTube, need to see what this palisade does. I'm hoping it's going to go all the way down along with this fence just behind it. Just going to try and find the right bit. It's here somewhere. That's the bridge. It looks like the palisade goes all the way down. The fences will end at the back of the houses, I think. Oh no. Was it? No, it doesn't. Interesting. Right, I figured it out. The fence only goes up to the back of these houses, and it goes to palisade all the way through the side. So we'll do that fence. Oh, lucky. I know the feeling. It's not good, especially when you lose stuff. Probably not lost much or anything. Alright, that's them in. Hey Adam, how we doing, mate? Welcome. Right, so it doesn't go all the way up to the pavement, which is good. Oh, sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. This sort of like, can get it to do it. There we go. Goes out like that and comes back in again, randomly. Just disappears up there. So you can see the line of the fence there. So it goes all alongside this bit here. Goes up there to where the bridge is. So I'm just going to do it to there for now because we haven't got the bridge all final and sorted yet. So there's no point doing all that just yet until the model's finished. So when Mr. Benedict finishes that, we will have that tied up and put in. Hopefully, probably have that. To be fair, I'll probably have that tied up by tomorrow with all that bridge and stuff. Oh, sorry to hear that, Adam. Some of the fence along here has been cut or on the floor. Unfortunately, we can't have everything. We're going to have it where it's actually there. So we fixed the fence. It'll be nice, you see. Just put these back in the way the splits are. Not splits, but where the loft sort of like does what it does. Don't know why it does that. You get that section where it goes a little bit bigger. Just do that with all those. It just makes it so it's got sections. That's okay. Mr. Quicko, good evening. All's well, thank you. And how are you? Thank you for joining. So that's that section. I need to put the fences around them houses in a moment. What I'm going to do is just go back onto Street View. I'm going to put the side on this bit here. I'm going to put this fencing down here and just sort out this bit. I can get the fencing down the side of the track, you see. Close it all in. Evening, Dan, how we doing, mate? Where's my fence? There it is, wire mesh. What's this area? This is Bilvum, so literally just outside of Lincoln. Station's there. Right, I need a gate, so we're going to get one of them. That goes about there. Put the fence in. There's quite a bit left. I mean, on my side, I've got from here to Lincoln, which is there to do. So everything you see here, and obviously the city to make. I've got also around Newark Castle to Staythorpe Viaduct to do, which is about a mile or two on that side. So I've got about 4 miles. And then Mark's side, he's got he's doing Nottingham at the minute. He's off this week though. He's not actually doing anything this week. So we'll be back next week. He's got Nottingham and he's got all the gaps to fill in around the areas. There's a good chunk done, yeah. We're way over the halfway point of the route, massively. I think overall, out of the 37 miles, I think there's about somewhere in the region of about 26 miles, I think, or something like that. Maybe a bit more. Possibly a bit more, to be fair. But yeah, it's coming on nicely. Going in the right direction, which is what we want. There's a red wall. It's not actually that tall, so there's a driveway as well on this one. So am I. I'm looking forward to having Lincoln done and finishing it out of the way. I'm not looking forward to doing it though, but it's going to come at some point, unfortunately. Can only put it off for so long. Right, I'm not really sure what's going on with this, but I need to go back onto the cab ride. I'm just going to go back to the level crossing. Wherever that is, it's here somewhere. And it loads itself up. Right. So there's Palisade going down here. I'm just going to watch the video a bit just to see what's going on. It looks like it's Palisade all the way down again, to be quite honest, which appears to be right. Yeah, it is. It's Palisade up to the bridge. With a mixture of fences as well on the back side of it. So again, I'm just going to go up to there. There's no point, I'm not doing all that bridge area until it's finished. Got that in. Make sure there's none of it floating, which appears to be alright. Apart from that little bit there. Barbed wire around it on the floor. Is it booked to be on the floor as per? So as soon as it's got the quality checked approved, it'll go on sale. Yeah, it's in quality checking at the minute. We do weekly builds most weeks. Not this week though, because one of the chaps are off on holiday who does the builds. So yeah, other than that, we do a weekly build. So it's always getting checked. So bits are getting done. Once we have everything finished, it'll go to its final checks, and then once everything's all right and we've made sure there's no bugs and that, that's how it goes. Yeah, it goes into a release. Once everyone's happy, we get all the bugs fixed and that. Make sure the scenarios work. It goes into its final build version and stuff like that. I do the final check. I'll go over it all. So what we do is put it into an installer, which goes into like the final installer. I remove everything off my PC. I remove the whole root, and then I go through an installer process. So I install it how you guys will. And I check all the assets are there and nothing's missing, nothing doesn't look out of place, all the scenarios load up, and all that jazz. So once I've then given it its final approval, then it goes onto the website. The power's in my hands. There's a new scenario build coming this week, so you may have some issues, Jack. So I won't look into them too much. I do know there's a few issues. I have worked on them, and they should be usable. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more scenarios coming this week from us into testing. So look out for those. Loving the. I like the detail of the crossings. I like doing these. I love doing the crossings. This sort of area is like that's my favourite sort of stuff. Doing all this little detail, because these are sort of areas you're going to come for a photo, take a screenshot. There's a bit going on, and you get all the little details as well. This is what I like doing. It's my favourite sort of stuff. This little details, because you can go quite well with it and quite to town with some bits. And it's just nice that we got these this time on the crossings. We did, I think, had one actually. I think on Derby, not Gloucester. I think was it near Long Eaton was a crossing sign. I know that. Thank you, Mr. Benedict. But we've gone for the more like approach on getting loads of little details on this one as well, just to give it the character for the crossings and stuff. There's just so many crossings. We wanted to put that there. As well, Mr. Quicko. No, I'm not working on Sheffield to Manchester. That's another developer on that one. That's coming along quite nicely as well. I think he's done his second or third milestone, so he's going in the right direction as well. The BT internet is playing the blind. Oh well, I swerved well away from BT eventually. On Sky, never had an issue. Touching wood. But no, I've never had an issue since moving to Sky. It's always worked well. So at the minute, all these crossings are placeholders until we know which ones are going to get changed and stuff. We'll just put them in there really, just to have something there to work with, rather than having cars going through everywhere. I need to put the fence. There's some allotments. Oh, we can put some allotments in as well. That's not a fence. That's a pavement. Another part of the MML I would like to see is Leicester to Bedford. Something we've spoken about. Nothing in the plan at the minute though. Not too sure what's going on next. Once we know, you guys will know. It's one we've heard of that people would like to see, so who knows. Also, is it true that this DLC will be out in a month or so? No dates have been given yet, so once we are happy to start giving them dates out, we will pass those over. Just keep an eye on the space. Everything is on target so far, which is good. I'll whip you into shape. Get me assets made. Oh no, that's not high enough. Try the JT hedge. There's a hedge downside of here. No, 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 no. Go back there. There we go. Going back to the internet thing, yeah, Kev, when we had all the issues with BT, it just kept conking out, and it was just literally failing all the time. We moved to BT and literally got like triple of what I was getting on BT, so I get like 150 download and 30 uploads. So it's everything was tripled, and it stayed to its word as well. It's been brilliant. Issues your bills are overdue. They weren't. Definitely not. What's next on the JT stream? Not sure. May possibly be more building, to be quite fair, just because I want to get this done. At the moment, using my time resourcefully. Lincoln build, well, we'll be closer to Lincoln. Hoping to be well into getting into Lincoln by next week, really, to be fair with what's left, because I'll be doing stuff. Well, no, I won't. I tell a lie, I will not be working over the weekend this weekend, because I'm actually away. I'm in Manchester on Saturday night, so I won't be working Saturday night. It should be probably well into getting into Lincoln anyway, it should be on there. Take your PC with you? No. No. Only if we're going Greenfields. Again, yeah. Would you believe it that us route developers have a life as well? If I told you that. No. And a full-time job as well, Yeah, Lincoln Central, yeah. The main one. I think there's only one Lincoln station now, isn't there? Unless there's another Lincoln I don't know about. Yeah, that was the old station, weren't it? Is that the one that's still got the building there? Sorted. Cheers, Gav. Secret gamer laptop to take on trips. Never stop building. I never stop building as it is. Always building. I'm a building machine. I literally go, I finish work on route build and I go and route build something else. I love it. I prefer route build to driving in TS. Always have. I do drive, of course, but I just love route building. Yeah, true. Oh, no, wrong one. Nah, we all get on with it as and when we can. Yeah, Google Map. Yeah, if you don't have maps and all that sort of stuff, you literally just guesswork. So sort of you can tell. Will you be using the outside lavatory asset in the back gardens, not used since Northern Lies? There is some actually. There is an outside toilet on a signal box at Swinderby. If only Google made the routes for you. I don't think it'd be as realistic. I think it'd be more generic. There you are, outside toilet. Swinderby toilet. We got some lavs, outdoor lavies. Yeah, 222. There is a scenario, I think, for the 222 down this section as well. We've made sure one of those is definitely in there. I know there's services where they come down. There's a good variety, to be fair, in the scenario front. There's a bit of everything for everyone. Oh, there's definitely loads for everyone. Don't worry, we haven't eaten them all. I can't wait, mate. I cannot wait. You're going to get your gaming reinstalled, mate. So what you just needed to do. God. Probably best not to on this one. We haven't done it for a while. We used to do route building stream, asset building stream, sorry, and stuff like that, and obviously route stuff. I mean, if there's something you'd like to see, just put in the chat. We always make note of things what people want. Doesn't mean we'll make it, but we like to listen to what people want. Sometimes, though, if we see that people want something a lot more than something else, that could always sway what we're up to. Scott bench. But we do. We have done asset building streams as well, where we've asked what you guys would like to see made. Which I haven't done one of them for a while because Will's been busy. Right, I wanted to add in them fences on this bit, didn't I, as well? No, we haven't got the resources to make trains currently. It's just assets really at the moment. Maybe in the future. But currently, at the moment, no. Oh, that's not a fence, that's a pavement. Better level crossings. There's level crossings coming. Will's currently working on level crossings. Why am I doing it like that? I could just do this. What are these? Oh yeah, these, don't you worry, these have all been we've got new ones coming. All new signs will be done, there's all new lights. Will's working on it. You got to remember though, the level crossings that we've got here are probably pushing 10 years plus. Maybe now. Definitely about 10 years old, these level crossings. So back in the day when these came out, the quality of them signs were probably absolutely superb. But obviously we are obviously a lot more used to higher quality these days. But yeah, we are getting some new ones. I'm not sure how many we're getting, but there is some getting sorted. Will's he's made a half barrier one currently. Oh, do you mean some of the sound stop rather than continue playing? Noted. There is a crossing with all the gates. It doesn't function currently. It will do. That one. This will be functional. It's just not set up yet. There's a fix that's getting made to one of the gates. I mean, I can show. I can't put it in like, but I've got it. Yeah, I might have to look for YouTube and see which ones do. See what we can do. Have a will. Level crossing gated, I think. LC gated. There. So that one is number one that I'm missing currently. There's a fix to come for that. But you can see there you are. They've got the actual thing where you can attach them to the track with the LC box. It's just they've not been put in yet. It's that side, and obviously it'll just attach up to the track. Just not been sorted yet, so currently that's why it's sat like that. These were done just to make sure everything fit, so we just put them in there as a placeholder for now. But yeah, they will be functional. They're quite cool actually. They don't fully when they open, they don't fully cover everything. There's still actually bits of track that is actually open. Tiger's quite loud, is it? You want to punch the speaker? Is that good? Oh yeah, it's working. I mean, there's a gate there with the box. The signal is in the signal box, so it controls the semaphores as well. They may get rid of it at some point, maybe down the line, put proper ones there. I'm not too sure, but that is literally the only bit where semaphores still exist on this route. I mean, there were semaphores everywhere originally, before they changed all the signalling over. For some strange reason, just literally kept that bit. I do, yeah. Just trains in my full-time job, so I am a paid developer. Semaphores should hopefully get some sounds as well. We are hoping to get the sounds in there for them, so you will get the clunking sound when they drop. They've just not been sorted and put into it yet. Captain Jenks, good evening. Thank you very much for the raid as well. Very kind of you. Evening, Red Ball Z, good to see you, mate. Are we doing well? How are we doing, Jinx? Good to see you. Nico, Adiva, good evening. Just Northern, good evening. Jellybean, good evening. Upper quadrant for the semaphores on this route. Irresistible Sap, good evening. Good to see you, mate. Ania, good evening. Save that. It's just the two. Yeah, you've got this one. This will be the first one that comes out, and then you've got the Hope Valley, which is due for early on next year, sometime. There's nothing currently in the plans down south of Leicester. If and when we possibly may decide it, what we're doing next, and whatever we do next, we'll let you know. Once we've decided ourselves, we let you guys know. We haven't got that far, unfortunately. We will get into that sort of stage where we sort of decide soon enough, though, because it does get to that stage where we'll start looking what to do next. Jenks, not a problem as well. Thank you very much again for the raid, and good to speak with you, as always. Take it easy. Oh, so was it not you, Dan? Sorry, whoever it was, sorry. I just got my names mixed up. Oh, it would be lovely to have the whole thing, I do agree, personally. From a personal stance. Union Workshop stuff, I've not heard anything myself yet. I haven't got anything. If Gebhardt Hill to Sheffield via Woodburn Junction would be complete Sheffield and Lincoln service as well. Yeah, that's another one, isn't it? That's another big section. If and when I hear anything though, Nico Diva, you'll be the first to hear it on here. We will obviously let you know what's going on. I've only got this on my hands at the moment. You off, Matt? Is that you? Oh, fair enough then, Matt. Bye, mate. Just in regards in general, Jack. Oh, there's loads of possibilities for the route. Good potential. That's what it's all about. What made us do MML? I don't know, because it was started before I actually started working at JT. It must have just been the guy's plan at the time, just to start working on that route. I don't actually know. I can't answer that one. Obviously, they saw potential in it, and obviously that's what happened. I think personally it was a great idea because it's I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed working on it, and I enjoy driving it as well. It probably comes across me being biased, but I really honestly do enjoy driving this route as well. That's my personal stance as well, to be fair. It's one of my actual personal most driven routes when I do drive. Because whatever you do on it, it's very enjoyable because there's just so many different ways you can go. And don't forget, guys, if you haven't purchased, you can pick up the existing copy extensions and the original base route. You've got Sheffield to Derby, you've got Barrow Hill Roundhouse extension, you've got Derwent Valley, Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, Erewash Valley. This will be next, and the Hope Valley as well. Right, that's that bit done. Right, I'm going to grab a drink. I will be back in 2 moments, guys, and we'll continue with a little bit more of this. Bear with me. Right, we're back. What to do next? Done all that bit. Need to check if there's a fence that goes on the back of this bit here. Randomly, there is a fence. Which starts here. And goes to about there. Sort of like a wasteland, this bit. That'll do. Right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the grass down the side of this. Then we'll start putting some trees in it. I'll get some of the distant trees, I think. So this is like the base grass as well, which you see me putting in first. Now I've put other stuff on top of it. Takes a bit of time, but not too bad. And I've not even put trackside clutter in this yet. I can't wait to do the trackside clutter. I'll go to town with it, me. I love that sort of stuff. I feel it's the thing that makes the route. You start adding all the little details. I've still got other bits to do yet. I mean, there's still a place I need to put details in, like the warehouses near tracks. So I was sort of doing that, sort of like from Highcombe. I probably should have done it early on, really, but I'll end up going back over the other bits, like Newark and stuff that I haven't done. Get all them areas in, so you see all like the backs of this lot on tracks the way it backs on. I've not done all that everywhere else. I'm just sort of doing it here. Especially when the trackside stuff comes in, it'd be quite cool. The marked section's actually got quite a lot of trackside clutter in it already, but I didn't bother. We do it in different ways. I'll do my way, he does it his way, that side. He does it quite early on. I just like to do the whole lot in one hit. You can go continuous flow then as well. Spend a day or two on it. Grass isn't disappearing. Sometimes these blocks do. That one isn't. From a certain angle, sometimes they like just randomly go. Just so like copy and paste them back in. I've always done clutter at the end, to be fair. Like the trackside clutter it is. Something for me to like. I look forward to it. As weird as it sounds. It's like a little thing I look forward to doing at the end. I don't know if the TPWS grids are not in this yet. I don't think there is yet, is there? No, it's not done yet. No, I hadn't planned to see it, to be fair. I'm away this weekend on Saturday, so I won't be seeing it, unfortunately, if I did. Yeah. I had my fun last week with trains on Saturday and Friday and Saturday. Went to the Keithley Valley Gala on Friday and nipped out Saturday to see the Class 50 Rail Tour at Preston. That was my playtime last weekend. Bits of grass in there. Right, let's get some trees in, I think. Let's have a look at this, Josh. Oh, that's good. I like that. Where's my map? There we go. Right, so start off with the 3D ones for the first bits. So some small birch trees here. So not the bush. There's one there. There's another one here. There's an oak sort of style bush on the other side of the fence here, but I am going to drop it down a little bit. I'm just going to go to Street View. There's a bit of an oak tree, I think this is. Not that big, but more like that. So that goes through it. Hey, good evening, Sean. Well, good morning to you. How are you? Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. I'm well. I am well, thank you. Just cracking on. So that's that. I am going to do one more set of 3Ds on this bit, and then it's going to go 2Ds beyond. So there's some biggish trees here. And there's bits. Just going to give a bit of a variety. These are all the other side of this fence as well. There we go. Well, it's massively coming along. Right, that's that. Let's get the one gone. There's another one here actually as well. Big in there. There's a big one there. Deal breaker. Actually, I didn't think you'd see as much of that building as we actually did. I thought we actually see more of it, though. I did actually. I thought it was going to be pretty concealed, but you do see quite a bit of it, which is quite nice. Looking to outside views, there's actually not as many trees in this bit. There's a couple. I think for what it's worth, there's literally just one, so I'm just going to put another 3D one there just to fill that in. There's a couple of bushes, and then I'm going to go onwards with the 2Ds. There we go. Right, the rest of this is literally (2Ds) from here. There's loads of stuff that's coming through yet. There's loads of big assets still to come. There's still quite a lot for Lincoln. Some big asset blocks and bits and pieces. The marina. To be fair, I think most of Lincoln will be finished with just customs. But for the most part, though, there's a good section covering it, so it's everything away from the track that'll just become as what we've already got. Oh, happy days. So once you start to put these trees in, it soon closes up the little gaps and soon makes it like a whole route. It just fills out dead quick. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to try and put a load of grass on this. Maybe not. I'll just paint it, I think. So they disappear. Oh, fell fire. All of it. That's mega, Josh. Yeah, give it a paint job. Should do it. Get a couple of varieties of paint in there. Should tidy up nicely. Let's get a few trees in these here. There's not actually too much to put in there. A few biggish trees and a few small ones. A couple of small ones here, and then there's a few big ones on the other side there. I've done it a different way, the painting on this route. I've actually painted a lot more of it as I've gone along. The bit that I need to paint up next is sort of here. Some of it's been done, but I'm going to probably paint this tomorrow. Finish this bit up to the river. I'm going to get all that painted, so I know I'm done there. Oh, good to hear. Nice one, Josh. Well played. There's a nice big clump of trees here, which closes this section in. Didn't finish them fences off, did I? Easier. It's actually better, because usually I leave it to last, and then I'm like, oh my god, I've got all this painting to do. So yeah, it's definitely worked out better this time around, rather than leaving it. I didn't put these in, did I? Let's put these in. Get them in as well, because otherwise we'll see this. So we will be finishing up shortly. Like we did last week, is there anywhere that you've not seen yet would you like me to show you? I will take 2 places along the route in terms of the areas. And if I can, I'll show you. I can sort of show you bits, just to sort of show what's going on. Some bits may be unfinished, but I can still show you what's going on. Yeah, Lincoln's been shown early on in the stream, so if you want to see Lincoln, do flip back to the beginning part of the stream for that. We won't do Lincoln again. I'll take 2 places. Tom Lulsdale, good evening, thank you very much for the follow. Sorry, the like actually, that's a like on Facebook. Good evening, thank you. Newark, yep, that's 1 place, I will show you Newark. Bedford. Not happening, I ain't got Bedford. I can load up the DTG one and show you Bedford if you want. I haven't got any other Bedfords. Yeah, Newark and that, I'll class the flat crossing as the same bit there, so I'll go on that stretch to show you that. Any other different places you'd like to see? You've maybe not seen yet. There's a couple of fences there to put in. You'd like to see the oil terminal at Netherfield. There's nothing there. It's blank land at the minute. So unfortunately, there's no point in me showing you that. He's not quite got to that bit. Mark's on holiday as well this week, so definitely not happening. There we go. So we've got Newark again. One more place. Fire away. Now I'll tell you if I can do it or not. I can put a bit more of this river on here actually. Yeah, I'll class that as the same place. It's literally just on the same section of track. It's just literally up 2 bridges. Not a problem, sure. Yeah, flag crossing Newark, same, literally location. If not, if it's just the one place, I'll just show the one place this evening, if that's all that we have. Go for it. Fire away. Yeah, literally uninstall it in the order. It's just safe housekeeping really, just so you know everything's gone and you go back in again the right way. So Sheffield, if you do it in the order of the release, it's Sheffield, Derby, Derwent Valley, Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, Erewash Valley, Nottingham, thingy. That's just the way of doing it. That's the order I've always done it in, and it's always the release order. Just safe then. We always know then if you've done it that way. It always works. It probably would work in any random order to be quite fair, but just safety, really. Just so we know it's all gone the right way. No, that's not worked the way I wanted it to. Try again. Don't worry about the yellow football pitch. It isn't yellow. It's just the way it goes when you're in route editor. No, go back. to go there. There we go. Yeah, he washed before Barry Hill in release order. If you're going in that method. I always say release order. That's what support tell as well, to be fair. If you've got them, just release them in the order whichever one's your own in that release order. If there are any issues. Not a problem, Nigel. Thank you very much. Catch you later. Right. Best way that way, Dan. You can't go wrong then. Gotta save. Check that because it took a while to save, but I don't think I haven't touched track because nothing's moved. Good job, got backups in it. Oh. Interesting. Duff. Interesting. This goes around here. Some houses somewhere here. Class 47. The Poglord. Good evening. Thank you for the follow. Good evening, how are we doing? Did you not really? Alright, this has been here for about 14 years, this game. There is also Train Sim World 2 as well, which is the newer one. There we go, right. Well, whilst I'm here, I might as well put some trees across here because it's easy. That's it. Once you find the world of TS, you never leave. If you like trains. Oh, excellent. We have the base game on our website as well. Just Trains. It was worth on. They get reward points as well to go towards future releases. Dan, have a good one. Don't work too hard. Cheers for joining, mate. Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah, so you get the game. You can buy it on Steam or you can buy it off our website. If you buy it off our website, you get a CD key and you just literally activate it in Steam and it downloads. We evacuate. There we go. Right. I prefer Steam because you can use a gift card. Not a problem. That's totally understandable. If you've got your preferred way, then not a problem at all. We have all sorts on our website though as well. We have tons of add-ons for the game itself. Routes and rolling stock. Right, that'll do for the building side. So I'm going to leave that on that side for now. I may even do some after the stream. Shall see. But yeah, that'll do for the building side. So we've done quite a nice bit there. We've virtually done that side of what I wanted to do. I've still got that bit to do, but I'll probably end up cracking with that later on. What have I got? Tons. There's loads of stuff. Literally everything off the website anyway. So I work for Just Train, so I've got all the stuff off there. I've got a good chunk of the stuff as well externally. Right, let's go to Newark as was requested. Fire Scotsman is available for Train Sim. You can get that on. It's on Steam store. That. At the website, I'll get you a link as well. Well, I can't remember what my commands are. I'll just go and get the link, it's easier. It's justtrains.net. Here we go. There you go, that's the link to our website. Oh, it's the website. I don't use the commands that often. Right, so this is Newark, Newark Northgate. There's still a few little bits to do. Ignore the wires, there's some duplicate wires in there currently. Those will be taken out. There's a gantry still to come for that signal. The most part everything's done. There's a couple of signs still to put up. Some of the LNR stopping boards I've got to put on. I haven't done them yet. But yeah, this is Newark Northgate. Hellfire. Hellfire, Sean. I love the poacher route. There's so much stuff for the common library, it's untrue. It's probably one of the biggest common library updates this will have. Just so much stuff. Sugar factory. So bear in mind, this is the flat crossing. It's not quite finished up to Newark Castle. New actually. I'll be using it myself for my own stuff. An IET board. Yeah, there is some IT bits in there. There's one there. On there as well. DRS Zone, good evening. Stream has been suspended. Any clues why? What are you watching on? YouTube? Let's have a look. Shouldn't be suspended. Let me just double check. All three are connected. Yeah, they're all connected. Have you tried refreshing your stream? If you're having trouble with it on there, try maybe Facebook or Twitch as well. So yeah, this is the flat crossing. Maybe it's the Juna beats. It's the music, isn't it? Although it's Twitch Juna beats, so maybe it works for Twitch but not YouTube. Never mind, I'll not use it again. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's suspended it because of the music. Never mind. So basically, you're not allowed to have the Juna beats, which is the streamer's music. Never mind. I won't use it next time. Yeah, it's to do with the music we've got playing. It's the music which you're allowed to use on Twitch. So I just assumed you could use it because it's like royalty-free music, the Juna stuff. Basically, we won't be using it next time. But at least you're over on this side, so you can still see the stream. We're not on for much longer, unfortunately. We are near the end of the stream. As it's getting late. So yeah, that's Newark. One more place between Nottingham and Lincoln. Where would you like to see? We will show you one more. We'll go to Castle Station as well, just while we're here. So that's the castle as well, the station at the castle. Still work in progress, but it's well underway. Epidemic music. I might have to have a look into that. Nottingham. Nottingham, to be fair, I can't really... Well, I can't really show. There's nothing really happened at Nottingham. There's a bit of Netherfield Junction, but it's not really finished. I can show you a little bit. I'll show you a little bit of Netherfield. It's close enough to Nottingham. Still work in progress, mind. But that'll be the last thing we'll show this evening. So this, Mark will probably slap me on for this, but just showing you things that are happening. Because you don't really see this part of the route much yet, or at all. So right, pick of an area though. I don't envy Mark. Swinderby. We did actually go to Swinderby before, but I could put Swinderby on. But yeah, this is Netherfield Junction. Quite an awkward area, as you can see, with the hill. So yeah, this one goes off Netherfield towards Skeggy that way. That's our route down where we're going. And that way is obviously to Nottingham. Yeah. Can't really, I'm not going to go too far with this because... What's that? Hellfire! The hot tub's in! Will's dog's in as well. Doggo. Go for a dip. Should have dog in hot tub having a bath. I'll quickly do Swinderby. It's probably just the way the wind's blowing in the game, like the way the weather's set. It's emitting smoke, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's steaming hot. It might change with different weather type. I'm not too sure how that works, to be fair, because usually it just goes up. So there must be a weather setting that it's telling it to go across. Yeah, this is Swinderby. This will be the last location this evening. A real fan from the hot tub. Hot tub spotting machine. Oh, some mega stuff with the stations. Just so much. This is quite cool. This is the other detail I didn't show actually before. It's like a lamppost, this one. More of a modern post with the signal light cage. Loads of weathering and detail. Yeah, these are literally new for this route. Again, it's got all the a little bit low into the ground actually, but all these arms move and stuff with the animation. All the wheel moves and everything as well. He's put so much work and effort into the weathering and stuff on these. I think he did them in substance as well, so he's done it with all substance painter. Sort of see like a weld on it as well, where the plate goes through. It's quite cool. These were made by Will, Mr. Stead. And then you've got the other two over here as well. I think the other ones are just a normal. Where are they? I've gone past them, haven't I? I'm lost now. There they are. Just a normal one there. Again, same as the other one I just looked at. Literally the only part on the route that has semaphores. It's a shame the whole route itself doesn't have semaphores all the way throughout anymore, because that would be quite cool to have. But it's still nice that there's a couple sort of little ones being retained and now in. Anyway, it is way later than what I thought we would actually get to this evening. I didn't realise how fast the time's gone. It's we've really been on for 3 hours. Wow. It's gone 10 o'clock, so it is getting late. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this evening. Hope you enjoyed it. We've got more progression done, which is always the key. We're back next Tuesday. Let you know what we're doing. Most likely we'll be rebuilding further to Lincoln. We could be in Lincoln, who knows. Have a good one. Thank you very much as always, guys. And we will see you on the next one. See you later.